I'm very interested in culture and what kind of impact it has on our life, on our behavior, and our thoughts. I also studied it at university. I wrote a lot of term papers about it because it also has a huge impact on marketing. And I came upon a model which I really liked. And when I was in China or when I was in America, I also noticed that it's kind of true in some parts. So this model compares the way of talking or criticism in America, Germany, and Asia. And obviously, it's very general and it's not always true, but in some parts, I think it is. So, this model is called the hamburger model, meaning that in America, a hamburger is the hamburger bun, then you have meat, and then you have again the hamburger bun. And the hamburger bun is a symbol for something nice. So if you talk, for example, with a manager or with a professor or even with your friends or colleagues, you first say something nice, then there's the meat, so your criticism. You say that the person did something wrong or not so correct, and then again you say something nice. In Germany, you only have the meat. You are very direct and yeah, sometimes Germans can be very rude without knowing, or they mix up being rude and being honest. But obviously, those are only like very drastical examples. There are only also Germans who know how to be polite but direct or open. And Asians, they only have the bread. So they only say yes, thank you, or something like that. When I was in China, I noticed that this was not always true, but sometimes. So before I started working there, my Chinese colleagues told me I should never tell a Chinese student that something what he did or what he said is wrong. I should always say, yes, thank you very much for your work, for what you said, and then ask another student if he would also like to add something. Instead, in Germany, I would have said, no, that's wrong, knowing that the student wouldn't have a problem, wouldn't lose his face. So in Asia, it's the face losing, that's the problem, we should avoid it. And yeah, I think this is super interesting. And I also recently had an experience here in France, actually, when my professor asked me if I liked his way of teaching, if I liked that he gave so many examples. And I forgot that I wasn't in Germany, but in France. And even though those countries are so close to each other and quite similar, they are also very different in some parts. So in the end, it turned out that my professor actually didn't really want to hear my opinion, and he was quite offended. I wasn't unpolite. In my way, I would say I wasn't unpolite. I just said that he gave too many examples or he was too fast. There are other students who have no experience in marketing and who need a little bit more time. And this was actually not only my opinion, but we discussed it earlier after class, just as students, and I also taught him that. But yeah, he really didn't like my answer. So even though I traveled a lot through the world already for my age, I would say, I still sometimes have those problems that I forget that that people not always think like I do, or they have like other cultures, other behavior and other attitudes. So it's difficult, but it's super interesting. And it kind of also connects the world because of globalization. Everyone is connected and everyone has this problem. So I have a lot of international friends right now, and we almost every day we have this kind of situation where you think, okay, what did the person just say? Or what did the person just do? how does he mean it, and it's also a very funny way, and you just have to look at it with humor and yeah, get over it, accept it, and yeah, I really like it.